It's funny how we're all kind of chasing that secret
Yeah.
to staying, energized and strong,
Yeah.
especially as we,
Get older.
yeah, get older. And who better to look at for that than Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, the guy is like the gold standard for fitness,
Yeah.
and he is still like killing it at 77.
77 years old as of today, April 7th, 2025.
Yeah.
And he's still going strong.
Still going strong. And for our listeners out there
Yes.
who are, looking to like really dive deep into this stuff,
Yeah.
we're going to do a deep dive on one very specific thing that he does,
Okay.
which is his daily health drink.
His daily health drink.
All right, so this is going to be like your guide to understanding what goes in it and why it matters.
Right, and why it matters because there's not like a publicly available, like perfectly.
Yeah, official recipe.
Yeah, official recipe.
But he's talked about it in bits and pieces. Like
Bits and pieces.
he talked about it in Men's Health in 2023.
Yeah.
He talked about it on a podcast in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
He's like sprinkled little hints in his newsletter.
Totally. And what we're going to do today is piece it all together.
That's right.
Really get a sense of what's in this drink, what the context is around it.
Yeah.
And most importantly, what you can learn from it.
Yeah, and what's even more interesting is it's not just like
It's not your average.
Yeah, not your average
protein shake.
Protein shake.
Right. It's more than that.
Yeah, it's been described as being like super protein rich with lots of anti-inflammatory ingredients.
Yeah.
And it's got like a unique twist to it.
It does have a unique twist.
So let's get into it.
Let's break it down.
Let's break it down. All right. So based on what we've gathered, it seems like his drink starts with about 1 scoop.
About 1 scoop.
Which is like 30 grams.
30 grams.
Of either vanilla or neutral flavored whey protein isolate.
Whey protein isolate.
And, that's kind of no surprise, right? I mean, he's always been a huge proponent of like getting enough
quality protein.
Quality protein.
Especially for muscle maintenance.
Yeah.
And whey protein isolate is a great choice for that because it's very pure, very low in fat and carbohydrates.
So that makes sense.
So it aligns with his focus on lean muscle.
Makes total sense. Then it looks like he adds about a half a cup of cherry juice.
Okay.
Or like a handful of pitted cherries.
Yeah.
And what I find really interesting is that he's really highlighted.
He has. He's
tart cherries in particular.
Yeah.
For their anti-inflammatory benefits.
Right.
And, those benefits, they come from these compounds called anthocyanins.
Anthocyanins.
Which have been studied for their effect on like muscle recovery.
Core recovery.
And even, cardiovascular health.
Right.
So I feel like that's a pretty deliberate choice.
Especially given...
Yeah, especially given his workouts and, his health history.
Absolutely, his health history, yeah.
Then he uses unsweetened almond milk as like the liquid base.
Unsweetened almond milk.
Yeah. Which keeps the calories down.
Keeps it nice and lean.
Keeps it nice and lean.
Yeah.
Makes sense for a guy who's, as focused on his physique.
Exactly.
As he's always been.
Yeah.
Then we have a medium banana.
Classic banana.
Yeah, classic, natural sweetness.
Good potassium.
Good source of potassium for energy.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding staple.
Absolutely.
I mean, it goes way back.
Way back.
But here's where it gets really...
Interesting.
Interesting, okay.
This is where we get to the unique twist.
Okay.
Based on the information we have, it looks like he adds 1 to 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
About 5 to 10 milliliters of schnapps.
Schnapps. That's like the curveball, right?
That is the curveball.
That's the thing that no one expects.
No one expects. And it seems like he prefers like peppermint or peach.
Peppermint or peach schnapps.
Yeah.
Now, he's described this
as
his little taste of Austria.
Yeah. His little taste of Austria. Bringing in a little bit of his heritage.
Yeah, and like a rebellious kick.
A little rebellious kick.
Yeah, it's definitely not...
It's not your typical...
Not your typical health drink ingredient.
No, it's not.
But it's interesting.
But it's what makes it unique.
The way he talks about it, he's like...
Yeah.
It's a tiny amount.
It's not a lot.
Yeah.
He's very clear about that it's not enough to like derail your fitness goals.
Yeah.
And he's also said it's not like a daily requirement.
Yeah.
It's more like if he's feeling it.
Yeah, if he's in the mood.
If he's in the mood.
That's so funny.
And another interesting thing.
Yeah?
He stirs it in at the end.
Oh.
He doesn't blend it.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's like a little.
Like a little.
Yeah, a little something extra.
A little something extra at the end.
Right on top.
So to finish it off, we've got the ice.
The ice.
Obviously for like that,
chill.
The chill.
The texture.
Yeah, the texture.
Yeah.
And then he's mentioned a couple of optional things.
Yeah, what are those?
Like a tablespoon of almond butter.
Okay.
For some healthy fats.
And maybe a pinch of cinnamon.
Get your cinnamon.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that's maybe for a little extra flavor.
Flavor, yeah.
And maybe for some blood sugar benefits.
Right, some people say cinnamon can help with blood sugar.
Yeah.
So.
And it's interesting because he's also talked about how, like, his measurements
aren't always exact.
Yeah, they're not exact.
He's more of a feel it out kind of guy.
It's like, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Which I think is important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because it shows that it's not like a super strict, scientifically calculated thing.
Yeah.
It's more about intuition.
Yeah, it's like a balance of the science.
Yeah.
And, you know, his own personal preferences.
Absolutely.
It's like you've got the protein, you've got the cherries for the anti-inflammatory stuff.
Right.
And then you've got, like, the Austrian schnapps.
Austrian schnapps.
Which is just, like, so Arnold.
So Arnold.
Right. And, you know, to understand why this drink, and really all of his health choices,
are so interesting to people, you have to look at his whole health journey.
Yeah.
Because he's been super open about...
He's been very open.
Yeah, the heart issues that he's had.
Yes, and he's had some significant ones.
He has, I mean, we're talking about a valve replacement.
A valve replacement?
Back in 1997.
Oh, way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
And then he had another pulmonary valve replacement in 2018.
Right.
And then last year, in March of 2024.
Oh, wow.
He had to have a pacemaker put in.
A pacemaker?
Yeah, because his heartbeat was irregular.
Right.
And that was all from, like, scar tissue from those previous surgeries.
It's all connected.
Yeah, all stemming from this congenital bicuspid aortic valve.
Yeah. And I think it's really important to remember that these are...
Yeah, these are...
serious health issues.
Serious health issues.
We're not talking about...
This is like...
minor stuff.
Minor stuff.
And what's amazing is that he hasn't let it slow him down.
No, he's like constantly posting updates, being like, hey,
it's down here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still working out.
Right.
Maybe I'm not like the Terminator anymore.
Yeah.
But
I'm still active.
Yeah, I'm still active. I'm still living my life.
Yeah. And I think that's why this drink becomes so relevant to our listeners, because you look at the cherries, the anti-inflammatory properties.
Yeah.
That's clearly a choice that he's making.
Yeah.
With his health in mind.
Totally.
And he even talked about this on that 2024 podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He said that he adjusts the ingredients based on his workout intensity.
Yeah, how hard he's working out.
Exactly.
And so, like, it makes you wonder if after the pacemaker, he's maybe even more focused on those anti-inflammatory ingredients.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he's laying off the schnapps a little bit.
Maybe.
We don't know.
We don't know, but it's interesting to think about.
It is interesting. And you know what else is interesting is his influence.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 77.
And people are still hanging on his every word. Right. They want to know what he's doing.
Yeah, they want to know what he's eating, what he's drinking, how he's working out.
Because he's Arnold.
He's Arnold.
Right. He's been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
He's got the track record.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that like, this drink in particular has gotten so much attention.
Yeah.
Just because it's like his drink.
Right. And it's interesting because today, April 7th, 2025.
World Health Day.
World Health Day.
It's World Health Day.
It's all over social media. People are talking about.
And we're talking about Arnold and his drink.
On all the platforms, people are praising his resilience. They're debating his choices. Yeah. Some people are like, yeah, schnapps.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's sparking a conversation.
And I think what's really interesting.
You think that's interesting?
Is that it's like this blend of, like, you know, that bodybuilding discipline, right? Like, he's been so disciplined for so long.
Decades of discipline.
Decades of discipline with his nutrition and his training.
Yeah.
And then this, like, playful defiance of aging.
Almost like he's saying, I'm going to do what I want.
I'm going to do what I want.
And I'm still going to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that schnapps really contributes to that image.
It does.
Like, he's not afraid to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
A little bit unconventional.
And it's funny because it's become like this...
like this legendary...
this legendary secret ingredient.
Yeah. And people are speculating.
Like, is there something...
Is he an adaptogen?
Yeah, is it some new, like...
new supplement we've never heard of?
Right, because he's still very involved in the fitness industry.
He is.
So people are like, what does he know?
Yeah. What does he know that we don't know?
Yeah.
And, you know, he's kind of played into it a little bit.
Yeah, he has.
He's even, like, jokingly challenged people.
I love when he does that.
Yeah, he's like, try lifting what I lift.
At my age.
At my age.
Before you come at me.
Exactly.
About my schnapps.
Classic Arnold.
Classic Arnold. And you know he's still going strong.
He is.
I mean, he's promoting his fitness app.
Mm-hmm.
There's rumors of Shibor season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's He's not slowing down.
He's not letting anything slow him down.
Not at all. But let's actually like break down the drink a little bit.
Okay.
Nutritionally speaking.
Okay.
So calorie-wise, it's not too bad.
No, it's not.
It's like 250 to 300 calories without the schnapps.
Yeah, and that little bit of schnapps, it's not going to add a ton of calories.
Not going to make or break you.
Yeah.
And the focus is really on the protein.
The protein for muscle maintenance and repair.
Yep.
And those anti-inflammatory benefits from the cherries.
The cherries.
Which we know are important for recovery and potentially for his cardiovascular health.
Exactly. And then you've got the healthy fats from the almond butter.
Right.
If he chooses to add that.
If he's feeling it.
If he's feeling it.
Yeah.
And then the banana gives him those natural sugars.
Yeah.
And the potassium.
Potassium for energy.
Energy, yeah.
And it's important to remember that the schnapps really is mostly for flavor.
Yeah.
In that small amount.
Yeah.
It's not really contributing much nutritionally.
So it's really just his little
twist.
Yeah, his little taste of Austria.
Exactly.
So to sum it all up.
All right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's daily health drink.
It's more than just a protein shake.
It is way more than just a protein shake.
Right.
It's like carefully crafted to support his fitness goals and his health needs.
Especially with those anti-inflammatory cherries.
Yeah, those cherries are key.
Yeah.
And then that schnapps.
That's the Arnold touch.
That's the Arnold touch.
That's what makes it his.
It's a little bit of his personality.
Yeah.
And it's like a nod to where he came from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think what's really inspiring about all this...
What do you think is inspiring?
...is just his resilience.
Yeah.
You know, he's 77.
77.
He's had these health challenges.
And he's not giving up.
He's not giving up.
He's still out there.
He's still pushing himself.
Yeah.
He's still promoting fitness.
Yeah.
And an active lifestyle.
And it's a good reminder for all of us.
Yeah, it really is.
That, you know, age is just a number.
Yeah.
You can still be healthy and active.
Enjoy a little schnapps.
And enjoy a little schnapps if you want to.
If you want to.
That's the key, right?
Yeah, that's the key.
Do what works for you.
Yeah, and that's actually a perfect point to end on.
Okay.
Because, you know, looking at Arnold's approach, he's someone who clearly personalizes his health routine.
Yeah, he's not afraid to experiment.
Yeah. And he's not afraid to be a little unconventional.
Right, and it's working for him.
It's working for him.
Yeah.
So for our listeners, how can you think about...
How can you personalize?
Personalizing your own health practices.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe incorporating some surprising elements that still align with your needs and your goals.
Right. You know, it would be your equivalent.
Your equivalent of the schnapps.
The schnapps.
Right. What's your little taste of wherever you came from?
Your taste of your roots.
Yeah, your taste of your roots.
Yeah.
Or your little bit of rebellion.
Yeah.
In your pursuit of well-being.
That's a great question for everyone to consider.
It is.
What's your schnapps?
What's your schnapps?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah.
It's food for thought.
Food for thought.
As you figure out your own path to, you know...
Vitality.
Yeah, vitality.
And health.
And health.
Yeah.
Long term.
Long term.
Yeah.